Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Hey, Coinbase and all you XRP haters out there. Welcome to the Ripple Party. That's what one attorney within the XRP community said in response to an article that was written by a woman who has made it very clear that she believes XRP is a security. Not that she's a fan of the SEC, but she's made it very clear she's one of two attorneys outside of the SEC that I've been able to find off the top of my head. If there's one or two more, I'm just not recalling right now. Maybe that's the case. Either way, almost no attorneys outside the SEC think that XRP is a security, but she's one of them. She's one of the ones that I was able to find. They're very hard to find. And it just so happens to be the case that before all this went down at the end of 2020 and the lawsuit was filed, just happens to be the case that she already didn't like Ripple and already didn't like XRP. So might there have been a little bit of bias at play? Methinks the answer is probably yes. Either way, you got to be asking at this point, Coinbase, do you regret not supporting XRP now and not speaking up a little bit more for what was going on in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit? Because the SEC is coming for you. And I'll tell you something that's disappointing and hypocritical to see. So I'm sure you're aware at this point, or at least the vast majority you will be, that there's a lawsuit filed against a former Coinbase employee and a couple others for insider trading. And they're alleging, the SEC is alleging that there are, I believe, 9 cryptocurrencies that are unregistered securities that were traded via insider trading. Now, what's interesting is you may recall, after the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit broke, after that was filed, XRP was removed from Coinbase with pretty much no pushback that I can recall from Coinbase against the SEC. But now there's 9 more cryptocurrencies here that the SEC says, hey, these are securities, and Coinbase is allowing the trading of them. And now, super duper convenient, right? Coinbase says, no, they're not securities. Now they're starting to push back a little bit. There's no indication that they're going to delist these 9 cryptocurrencies. In fact, there's indication that they're not going to. And it's early enough that they could flip-flop and do whatever. Maybe they will. But if they acquiesce even further, my gosh, they're in for a world of hurt. So I wanted to share with you some thoughts on this topic, and some things that I had to say recently on social media. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So here's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Coinbase rejects SEC's claim that 9 Ethereum-based altcoins are securities. And so this has been widely discussed on social media within the XRP community, and really, fair enough to say, throughout crypto social media in general. But people that hold XRP find it particularly rich what's going on here. Because, and this is what the article was based on. This is a piece by Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Gruel. He wrote this a couple days back, and it's titled, Coinbase does not list securities, end of story. Oh, really? Is that right? You don't list securities. Why did you acquiesce like snap of a finger a couple years back, a little over a year and a half ago, when the SEC said XRP is a security but didn't legally threaten you? Because here, you, Coinbase, still are not being specifically legally threatened, but there is a legal filing that says that 9 cryptocurrencies that you trade are securities. Why are you not removing them? It just doesn't make sense. In fact, here's a tweet from XRP community member Weezy on this exact topic. He tagged Coinbase and wrote, you delisted XRP after the lawsuit dropped. Why now are you coming out saying this? Because now it involves Ethereum. And then he shared this headline titled, Coinbase blasts SEC over insider trading case, says none of the tokens it lists are securities. Pretty legit question, right? And again, there's still time for them to change their minds and be even bigger wimps than they are. But I certainly hope not. I'm just thinking at this point, they should probably change their approach as it pertains to XRP. They should have been more vocal about this from the beginning, which is why I shared this morning the following on Twitter. I wrote, did you honestly think that ceding ground to the SEC would protect you? Honestly, Coinbase, at this point, you might as well just relist XRP and treat it like the other 9 coins the SEC says you're selling as securities. In case that's not enough honesty for you, honestly, Kim Jong-Gensler is coming for you. Now be wimps, fine. Your choice. But hey, Brian Armstrong, maybe it's time for some new legal advisors. And I'll just note Brian Armstrong is Coinbase founder and CEO. And then my thread continues. I wrote, I do not want to see you defeated by the authoritarianism of the SEC. I want you to succeed. You know you're under attack from the SEC for selling multiple securities at this point. Delisting XRP didn't save you. It didn't even buy you time. They were always coming for you. So, idea, read between the lines here. Do a thing that will rally support from one of the largest communities in all of crypto. Just saying. Do the right thing. Large numbers of people will have your back, and that materially matters for you. So that's my thread. Now look, I would love to see them relist XRP. Do I think they're going to do it? No. They already made that move, which already, like, if anything, I still think it makes them look guilty, if anything. But it's not that I blame I still blame the SEC for this being here. And some people are going to be a little bit more brave. Some people are going to be a little bit more wimpy. Coinbase is more on the wimpy side. Okay, they delisted XRP. Then Uphold, they're like, no, it's not a security, so why would we do that? That doesn't make sense. It hasn't even been declared through adjudication to be a security. So, for instance, Uphold's like, no, we're not doing that. Now, that I admire more. So it's not that I'm blaming them. Like, Coinbase is a victim here as well. They're just not being brave. But they could be. They could come back. They could do something. And even if not relist XRP, fine. Could you not do something to be more vocal? Because I'm telling you this. Attorney Deaton rallied over 68,000 XRP holders to come around and say, hey, we want to participate in the SEC versus Ripple case. Judge Torres allowed that. And you think that doesn't have a positive impact for the case? And so that's what I'm saying. You could have that type of support from the XRP community if you just would behave in a way that made our community want to offer that. And you think that wouldn't be some sort of positive impact for you? Because look, you should rally all of crypto. But what I am saying here, the XRP community is gigantic. It's a great community. It's the best community in all of crypto. Period. Isn't even a close second. Sorry, Bitcoin. Too many maxis out there. But I mean this. Clearly your approach has not been ideal. And you thought that this would just what? What, it would save you? And like I said in my thread, it didn't even buy you extra time. They were always coming from you the whole time. That didn't slow anything down. It didn't make you less of a target. Are you kidding me? They're coming right for you. And so then there was this. And it is interesting to see how some people start to recognize the threat. Like even the XRP haters. There's this article titled Coinbase is ready to challenge the SEC. And I don't want to read much of it. But I did just want to highlight this because this was written by Haley Lennon, this is who I was citing at the beginning part of the video. She has never liked Ripple, never liked XRP. She's been rather rude, in fact, on social media while blaming the XRP community for being rude. And I'm going to give you examples because it's actually hilarious, the hypocrisy. But even she's saying effectively, and I'm paraphrasing here, yeah, SEC, you are running amok. You see? And so, in fact, here's a quote from this Forbes article. And there's only a couple parts I'm going to share with you. But here's one of them. An attorney, Fred Rispoli, shared this on Twitter the other day. It reads as follows. The SEC is likely hesitant to file suit against Coinbase, who has the means to aggressively litigate, especially in light of how the Ripple litigation is going for the SEC. So that's the quote. It comes directly from Haley Lennon. Seems to be recognizing that things are going well for Ripple and not so well for the SEC. So on that front, Attorney Rispoli then said, better late than never, right? Welcome to the Ripple party. It sounds about right. And again, I'm going to share with you a couple spots. This is Haley Lennon's Twitter page. And it's just so rich seeing stuff like this. So here's a tweet from, and I've highlighted this on the channel before once or twice. This is from June 27th, 2021. And she simply wrote Bitcoin versus Ripple and then shared this image, which I'll make full screen from you. It's got, what is this character? I don't like superhero movies. Is he Aquaman? But anyway, you got Rob Schneider is that carrot on the right here. You know what I'm talking about from South Park. Anyway. So you got that, Bitcoin versus Ripple. Physically saying one is obviously more appealing. That's what she's doing. That's the joke. Bitcoin versus Ripple. Now, she really probably meant XRP. But she conflates the two very frequently because reasons, as many XRP haters do. They think it's fun to do that. It makes them look not so educated, but they think that it's some sort of slam and feel good and so on and so forth. And so former Ripple employee Matt Hamilton saw that. And again, this is from June of last year, and he responded to that and wrote, I do genuinely wonder what your issue with Ripple/XRP is. I mean, I guess you dunk on it because it makes your tribe happy, right? What would it take for you to decide you actually wanted to understand how cryptocurrencies work? I'd be happy to chat if you want. Now, in response to that, Haley Lennon, who is an attorney, mind you, she's an attorney, she simply wrote the following, one sentence, June 2021. She said, referencing XRP here, she said, I think it's a security and will be deemed as such. There you go. XRP in its current form is a security, not was a security, is a security and will be deemed as such. Now, I think she's been recognizing that that's incorrect. Like cryptocurrencies by the nature of like pure existence, that doesn't make them a security. And so she's been walking back some of what she said in recent months. And she'll say, I believe XRP was a security. That's not what she used to say. I think that even though she's a lawyer, she was all, high and mighty and didn't really seem to understand securities law. Like, like I know it sounds ridiculous. But she said it is a security as of last year, half a year after the lawsuit was even filed. Completely ridiculous. So I guess oranges are securities too. If they were sold as securities in the past, that means that oranges from Howie, they are securities, right? And orange grows. So there she is, ripping on XRP, trying to offend the XRP community, but then she wrote the following in March of this year. I've never said anything bad about XRP, except I think it was a security and the XRP army is rude. Now, mind you, she just did this and she was making fun of XRP. And then there was also this from her, February of this year. She wrote, someone asked me last week if the XRP army still exists. I'm sorry to report they do, and they are dumber than ever. So think about that. She wrote that in February of this year. The XRP army, sorry to report, still exists and dumber than ever. And then, just a couple weeks later, she wrote, I've never said anything bad about XRP except I think it was a security and the XRP army is rude. There you go. But she's the victim and she's the one getting attacked. Isn't that funny how this all works here? And then she also tweeted out this, February of this year. No, that's one I just read. Sorry, 1 second here. This is from May of last year. I might hate the Doge army even more than the XRP army. So a lot of hate there. She admits that she has actual hate for people that just like a cryptocurrency that she happens to not be fond of. And then on the date that this was dropped, and this is so funny to me, on December 22nd, 2020, that's the day that the SEC filed suit against Ripple, she tweeted out the following. The XRP army is never going to shut up about this. Well, you're sure as hell right about that. We are offended and it's ridiculous, and putting out a tweet like that indicates that you're not here in support of the broader crypto community because you're being tribal. You don't like XRP, so in the early days, you're not so worried about the implications of what it means for XRP. In fact, if anything, you're probably happy that the SEC was in the earliest days coming after it. I wouldn't be surprised anyway. But it's just funny that you said the XRP army's never going to shut up about this, and then here is your Forbes article talking about it. From just a couple days ago, Coinbase is ready to challenge the SEC. Never going to shut up about it. You're literally writing about this in Forbes. It's about Coinbase, but there's plenty of stuff about Ripple and XRP as well. Multiple instances of it, in fact. But here, I'll share with you this part that I highlighted on your screen right now, which reads as follows. Coinbase attempted to note an irony in the role of the SEC. While the SEC is tasked with investor protection, it argues that the SEC's approach to crypto regulation through enforcement actually creates more risk for investors. Coinbase noted that when the SEC brought an enforcement action against Ripple after years of taking no action against them, the value of XRP dropped immediately, costing investors huge sums of money. Where was this Haley Lennon a year and a half ago? Different person. Now, she still hates Ripple and still hates XRP. That's very obvious. She's been stating as much even this year, recent months. But it's so funny to read. Crypto's so weird, man. Like, it brings out the tribalism in humans, and I hate it. This is why I hate maximalism. And if you don't like a cryptocurrency, fine. Like, there are cryptocurrencies I do think are garbage, but I'm not disparaging the people that disagree. Like, I've never owned Doge. I think it's kind of silly. I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it lasts forever. There are people listening to this that have bought Doge. I don't think less of them. I own Ethereum Classic, okay? Which I think is perhaps, other than the outright scam coins, perhaps the worst cryptocurrency ever to exist. 51% attacked multiple times. It's just, why is it even here? But I own it. No, I've got to sell it. I mean, I'm intending to sell it at some point. Just kind of waiting for a alt season. But that's a whole different story. I'm just saying, the freaking tribalism. And so Coinbase, why didn't you just support all of this? Why weren't you more stubborn a year and a half ago when it would have mattered most? You could have fought back. You could have changed the way that people perceived all this. You're a big voice. You're a big force in the world of crypto. You could have been pushing back. You could have been screaming it from mainstream news sources. You could have gotten that attention and began to make sure that public sentiment is even stronger in that direction than it is today. You could have been doing all these things and you didn't. You're just hoping that you don't get bullied next. But of course you were going to get bullied next. You're gigantic. You're absolutely a gigantic platform, and I don't want you to be bullied. I want you to do well. I would like you to have success, because maybe that way your platform will stop going down during peak volatility. So I would love for that to happen. That'd be fantastic. And same for Haley Lennon here, this author of this Forbes article. Starting to get it, and it's fine. You don't like XRP. I think it's silly. It's just alphanumeric code, and you don't even, despite all the technological advances, the real world adoption, you still don't like. Okay, fine. You can be wrong. I think you're wrong, but that's fine. It's just stop the vitriol. Rally for the entire space. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.